Welcome to Neo Universus. Please subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon for more updates. In Brazil and Mexico, candy is more than just a sweet treat. It's a cultural icon and a powerful economic force that shapes daily life and national identity. From the bustling streets of Sao Paulo to the vibrant markets of Mexico City, the love for candy runs deep, connecting generations and communities. Sweets are everywhere, from street markets and local festivals to family gatherings and holiday celebrations. Whether it's a quick snack from a corner store or a special treat at a birthday party, candy is woven into the fabric of everyday life, fueling not just cravings but also a thriving industry that supports millions. In 2024, Brazil and Mexico together are expected to consume a staggering 270,000 tons of caramel candy, making them the undisputed leaders in Latin America, both in terms of appetite and production. This demand drives innovation and competition among local producers. Brazil alone will produce 165,000 tons of caramel candy, while Mexico will contribute 83,000 tons. These impressive numbers highlight their status as both top producers and enthusiastic consumers, with factories working around the clock to meet demand. The caramel candy industry is a major economic engine, supporting thousands of jobs in manufacturing, retail, and agriculture, especially sugarcane farming, which is essential for candy production. The market is projected to grow from $294 million in 2024 to over $357 million by 2035, reflecting its increasing importance. Recognizing this, governments in both countries fiercely protect their candy sectors, viewing them as vital contributors to national prosperity, cultural heritage, and economic stability. Trade policies and industry events underscore the sector's significance. Now, as major U.S. brands set their sights on these lucrative markets, a wave of rising protectionism is reshaping the rules of the game, making the future of the candy industry in Latin America more competitive and more fascinating than ever before. The once open doors for U.S. candy in Brazil and Mexico are closing, replaced by targeted trade barriers. New tariffs, stricter labeling, and complex customs procedures are making it harder for foreign sweets to compete. Taxes on ingredients like high-fructose corn syrup and artificial colorants hit U.S. products hardest. Regulatory changes, such as front-of-package warning labels for sugar and fat, further challenge American brands. Heightened border scrutiny and frequent shipment delays add risk and uncertainty for exporters. These aren't sweeping bans, but a steady stream of obstacles that make market access increasingly difficult. The result, a cooling trade relationship and a clear message: unfettered access for U.S. candy is over. American brands must now navigate a maze of restrictions to reach these crucial markets. Brazil and Mexico's trade barriers are strategic moves to protect their domestic candy industries and safeguard thousands of local jobs. These policies are not just about economics. They're about ensuring that local workers, from factory employees to sugarcane farmers, can continue to thrive in a rapidly changing global market. By making imports pricier and harder to access, governments give local producers a fighting chance against global giants. This helps level the playing field, allowing homegrown brands to compete with multinational corporations that often have much larger marketing budgets and distribution networks. Consumer preferences are shifting too. 70% now favor candies with natural colors, and 95% consider it important. People are reading labels more closely, seeking out products that align with their values and health concerns. Local recipes, rich in fruit-based colorants and natural flavors, already meet these demands. Artisanal makers and traditional brands are innovating with regional fruits and time-honored techniques, creating sweets that are both delicious and culturally meaningful. Health concerns drive further regulation, with warning labels on sugary products and taxes on artificial ingredients. These measures aim to reduce sugar consumption and encourage healthier choices, while also pushing manufacturers to reformulate their products. These policies not only support public health, but also give homegrown brands a competitive edge. Local businesses benefit from increased consumer trust and loyalty, as shoppers feel good about supporting products made in their own communities. National pride is at stake. Iconic treats like brigadeiros and tamarind candies are seen as cultural treasures. These sweets are more than just snacks, they're symbols of identity, tradition, and family celebrations. Protecting these industries is about more than economics, it's about preserving heritage. Passing down recipes and skills from one generation to the next keeps cultural traditions alive and vibrant. In a climate of trade tensions, these moves resonate deeply with local consumers, Supporting local candy isn't just a purchase, it's a statement of solidarity, pride, and hope for the future of their communities. For U.S. candy companies, the new restrictions in Brazil and Mexico are a major setback, threatening a market that once seemed full of promise and opportunity. These countries have long been key destinations for American sweets, with their growing middle class and appetite for imported treats. Now, the landscape is shifting rapidly. Higher tariffs and compliance costs are squeezing profit margins and making American products less competitive. Companies are now forced to navigate a maze of new regulations, paperwork, and fees, all of which eat into their bottom line. For many, the cost of doing business has risen sharply almost overnight. The Latin American caramel market saw U.S. export values drop from $83 million in 2023 to just $54 million in 2024. This dramatic decline is not just a number, it represents lost jobs, shuttered factories, and shrinking opportunities for American workers and suppliers. Iconic brands like Sour Patch Kids and Ring Pop are losing shelf space to local favorites. Consumers are increasingly turning to homegrown brands which are often cheaper and now more readily available due to the clampdown on imports. To adapt, some U.S. companies are reformulating recipes, swapping artificial colors for natural ones and cutting sugar. These changes are not just about compliance, but also about winning back the trust and taste buds of local consumers who are becoming more health-conscious and demanding. Others are considering local production to bypass import barriers, but this requires major investment. Building new factories, hiring local workers, and sourcing ingredients regionally is a huge undertaking, and not every company is ready or able to make that leap. The shift from exporting to localizing is costly and complex, with no guarantee of success. Companies must weigh the risks of investing millions against the possibility of continued market decline or further regulatory changes. Many U.S. brands now face tough choices: retreat from these markets, double down with new investments, or radically change their approach to stay relevant. Each path carries its own set of challenges and uncertainties. The era of easy growth in these markets is over. What was once a straightforward expansion has become a high-stakes balancing act, with the future of many brands hanging in the balance. Only those willing to adapt, innovate, and truly understand the local market will survive and thrive in this new reality. The real battleground is consumer preference, where local candy makers have a natural edge. Shoppers in Brazil and Mexico now seek out sweets with real fruit flavors, cane sugar, and natural colors. Traditional recipes already fit this trend, giving local brands an authentic, wholesome image. U.S. candies, known for neon colors and artificial flavors, are losing appeal. Even color preferences differ. Brazilians love rainbow hues while U.S. brands push red and blue. Local companies highlight "made with real fruit" and launch limited-time offers with seasonal ingredients, driving excitement. Nearly half of shoppers try these special editions, with Brazilian consumers especially engaged. By aligning with trends of naturalness and local pride, domestic brands are winning hearts and market share. Imported sweets must now compete on authenticity, not just novelty. Local favorites like Brazil's Brigadeiro and Mexico's Pulparindo define their national candy scenes. Brigadeiro, a simple chocolate truffle, is a staple at every celebration, produced by both giants like Nestlé and small artisans. Pulparindo, made from tamarind, sugar and chili, delivers a uniquely Mexican sweet and spicy kick. Brands like De La Rosa and Lucas thrive by embracing local tastes and innovating within tradition. Brazilian makers now offer gourmet brigadeiros in flavors like pistachio and passion fruit, while Mexican brands create new spicy sweet formats. This constant innovation keeps local brands relevant and beloved. For U.S. companies, success means more than exporting bestsellers. It requires deep respect for local flavor and culture. Without this, foreign brands will struggle to break through fiercely loyal markets. The sugar war is redrawing the confectionery map of the Americas. Protectionist policies in Brazil and Mexico are here to stay, making it harder for U.S. brands to compete. The future belongs to those who adapt, by localizing production, reformulating recipes, and creating new brands for local tastes. Brazilian and Mexican companies, buoyed by government support and consumer loyalty, are poised to expand at home and abroad. Some may even challenge U.S. brands in their own backyard. This competition will drive innovation and diversity, benefiting consumers with more choices tailored to their tastes. The global candy market is becoming more regional, dynamic, and exciting. In this new era, only the most agile and culturally aware brands will thrive.